Hello friends, welcome to our channel. Today we will study our lesson 2, the biological classification. The topics that we will discuss are objective of classification, systems of classification that will include artificial, natural and phylogenetic system, five kingdom classification, notable characteristics of different kingdoms that will include Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae, animalia. So let's begin without any delay. What is classification? So classification is actually the scientific procedure of arranging organisms on the basis of their similarities and differences following hierarchy. So if we have a set of known organisms, then we can compare another new organism. How we can compare? By seeing the similarities and the differences of the known and the unknown organism and following hierarchy. The hierarchy word has been clearly defined in our previous video, that is the living beings. So go check it out. And now the objective of classification. It includes to identify and describe all possible type of species, to arrange the species in various categories. The various categories that is actually including the hierarchy base. Next is to evolve a truly natural or phylogenetic system that should indicate origin and evolution of the species and to help an easy identification of organism. So, the two main things of this objective of classification is that a natural and phylogenetic system should be maintained and the easy identification of organism should be maintained. Next, systems of classification. There are mainly three. First is the artificial system of classification. How we can define it? It is the classification based upon characters of practical convenience without relation to phylogenetic relationship or based on a single or a few superficial characters. The main keyword here is practical convenience. You can see here I have already written the practical convenience. This is the main keyword of the artificial system of classification. Next is the natural system of classification. It is based on characters or group of characters which indicate natural relationship. Natural relationship is the genetic relationship. And finally, the phylogenetic system of classification. From the name itself, it is phylogenetic. Genetic means the gene characters has been already incorporated in this type of classification. So how we can define it? It is the classification that considers natural affinities and relationships of organisms in addition to several constant morphological characters according to their evolutionary sequence. So, along with the genetic system or along with the genetic characters and morphological characters in phylogenetic system, we can also know about the evolutionary process or the evolutionary steps development that has been already performed to create an organism. So, let's talk a more bit about the phylogenetic system. It is obtains supporting evidences from four other taxonomy branches. Those are the cytotaxonomy, chemotaxonomy, numerical taxonomy and cladistic taxonomy. What is cytotaxonomy? It is a branch of taxonomy based on comparative cytological studies. The presence of similar banding pattern of chromosome indicates close similarity. Lineage can be traced with the help of chromosome studies. So, the pattern of chromosome, the banding of chromosome, these are the things that are discussed in cytotaxonomy. Moving on to chemotaxonomy. It is a branch of taxonomy based on characteristics of chemical constituents. The presence of certain specific chemicals in certain group of organisms show close relationships. DNA analysis and protein tests are useful in knowing relationship. Chemotaxonomy, from the word chemo, it is already defining us about the chemicals. So where we can find chemicals in the DNA and in proteins. So the organism is formed of different types of chemicals. This specification of chemicals comes under the chemotaxonomy. Numerical taxonomy. It evaluates resemblances and differences or primitiveness and advancement through statistical methods based on a large number of characters obtained from all disciplines of biology. So, this numerical taxonomy is actually taking help of the statistical method. So, if we have an unknown organism and we have other known organism, so we can see that two of the characters of the unknown organism is matching with the known, one of the known, and five characters are matching with the another known organism. So based on the mathematical and numerical studies, we can define the new unknown organism to which group of known organism it may lie. So here is the numerical taxonomy comes into play. Next is cladistic taxonomy. It searches similarity due to common phylogeny or origin from a common ancestor. So from this word common ancestor, we can easily understand that the evolutionary process is taken into account by this cladistic taxonomy. The characters may be ancestral, that is traits of basic body design which would be present in an entire group, and derived characters, that is the traits whose structure and functions differ from those of ancestral character. So in cladistic taxonomy, the characters are of two types, ancestral and derived. Ancestral are those characters which are not changing or which are similar as the ancestors, and the derived. Derived means which are derived, the characters which are by the evolutionary process, new characters or modified characters come into the new organism. Those are called the derived characters. The phylogenetic tree formed based on this taxonomy is called the cladogram. Next. So after the artificial system, natural system and phylogenetic system of classification, we come to know about the five kingdom classification. The utility of this five kingdom classification is to divide all the organism on this earth into five kingdoms. It helps us to know, gather knowledge and help us to study about different organisms. That's why this five kingdom classification has been proposed. R. H. Whitaker proposed five kingdom classification by developing phylogenetic classification in 1969. So, from this statement we can say that the artificial system of classification and natural system of classification are not up to the mark. So, phylogenetic system, where the genetic considerations as well as the evolutionary considerations has been taken into account, has been developed by R. H. Whitaker to propose the five kingdom classification. Now, here is a diagram showing the five kingdom classification. See, at the very lower part, we have the kingdom Monera. And in Monera, we can see there is the prokaryotics. So, the Monera kingdom consists of the prokaryotes. Prokaryotes are the simplest form of creatures having the simplified cell structure, and they are autotropy. And chemosynthesis written in the bracket which says that they can produce their energy, they can produce their food by chemical synthesis by themselves. Next comes the protista. Protista are formed of the eukaryotes and which is developed to unicellular simple organism. Then after the unicellular, the protista is ending in this line. Then comes the multicellular, that is more than one cell. The complexity of the organism are increasing. And in the multicellular complex organism, there are three kingdoms, the plantae, including the plants, the fungi, including different funguses, and the animalia, that is the animals. Now, based on the mode of nutrition they take, the plantae, they are autotrophy, photosynthesis are their mode of nutrition. So, we all know that plants have the chlorophyll and other chemicals in them so that they can make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. And as they can produce their own food, thus they are known as autotrophy. Now the fungi. Fungi are somewhat, they may be take the help of other organism to make their food or take their food, we can say. Here it is written heterotropy absorption. Heterotropy absorption. So we want to say that if any fungus is attached to any plant or any animal, so it takes the nutrition from that host animal or that host plant. So it is absorbing nutrition from the host, and from food taking from other organism is named as heterotropy. Animalia is also heterotropy. They are taking food from other organisms, like we can say for humans we can eat plants, we can eat meat. So we are taking food from outside. That is why it is heterotropy ingestion. We are not absorbing food from any other creature, but we are making it, preparing it and intaking it. Hence it is called heterotropy ingestion. Now we can also say that from the Monera, then Protista and other three kingdoms, the direction of evolution is in the upward direction. That is from the simplest form of organisms to the complex form of organism. The complexity of the cell increases, the complexity of the organism increases, as well as the mode of nutrition is also increasing. Now, if you want to say how the different kingdoms are lying in the ecological system, on the ecological system we can say that the plants are the producer. But by producer they can prepare their own food. Then the animalia, they are the consumers. They are taking the food from the producers. And finally the fungi, they are the decomposer. When these plants, these the producers, the consumers are died, then the fungi feed upon them and decompose these producer and consumer. Hence they are called decomposer. Now in briefly we can say this 5 kingdom classification is based on complexity of cell, complexity of body, mode of nutrition, that is photoautotropy in plantae, which is also known as holophytic nutrition, absorptive heterotropy in fungi, which is called holozoic nutrition, and ingestive heterotropy in animals. It also is based on ecological lifestyle and the phylogenetic relationship. So if you are asked that what is the main basis of the 5 kingdom classification, so you will say the complexity of cell, the complexity of body, the mode of nutrition, ecological lifestyle and phylogenetic relationship are the key basis for the 5 kingdom classification. Now let's talk about the main features of the 5 kingdoms. First we will talk about the simplest form, that is Monera. It comprises of the prokaryotic organisms, unicellular, colonial, mycelial and filamentous. The cells are smaller in size of about 0.1 to 1.5 micrometer. The cell wall contains peptidoglycans. Uni-stranded flagella may be present. Ribosomes of 70S nature present. Membrane-bound cell organelles are absent. Organized nucleus is absent. Single double helix of DNA is present. Cell division occurs by amitosis such that sexual reproduction is absent. Examples of Monera are Mycoplasma, bacteria, Actinomycetes and blue-green algae. Let's talk about the features of Protista. They are the eukaryotic organisms, unicellular or colonial, larger cell size that is 10 to 100 micrometer. Cell wall is if present they contains the cellulose. 11 stranded flagella present. Cytoplasmic ribosomes of 80S. Organelle ribosome is 70S. Membrane bound cell organelles are present. Organized nucleus is present. 2 or more DNA molecules are present. Cell division occurs by mitosis and meiosis. Examples are slime molds, sporozoans, dinoflagellates, diatoms. So we can already say that the Protista are the more complex one than the Monera organism. Moving on to fungi. They are also eukaryotic organisms. Non-cellulosic cell wall present. Chloroplast is absent. We already know that they are heterotrophic. Absorption is their mode of nutrition. So chloroplast, which is required for autotrophy, is absent in this case. Mitochondria and nuclear membrane are present, that is the cell structure is more complex now. Motility performed by cilia, flagella in some. Mode of nutrition is heterotrophic, saprophytic and parasitic absorptive. Reproduction by means of meiosis and dikaryosis. Nervous system is absent. Examples are penicillium, mushrooms, yeast, moles. Let's talk about some features of Plantae. Eukaryotic organism, cellulosic cell wall present. Chloroplast is present because mode of nutrition is autotrophy. They are the producers, they make their own food. Mitochondria, nuclear membrane are present. Motility performed by cilia or flagella in lower forms and absent in others. Trees cannot move, so they are absent in others. Mode of nutrition is autotrophic, that is photosynthesis. Reproduction by means of fertilization and meiosis. Nervous system is absent. Lastly, let's talk about the features of Animalia. Before that, what are the examples of Plantae? Callimadomonas, Spirogyra, Pinus and Cycas. Features of Plantae is completed. Let's talk about the features of Animalia. They are the eukaryotic organisms. Cellulosic cell wall absent. Chloroplast is absent. Mitochondria, nuclear membrane are present. Motility performed by cilia, flagella and contractile fibers. Mode of nutrition is heterotrophic by ingestion. Reproduction by means of fertilization and meiosis. Nervous system is present and very much complex. Examples: butterfly, octopus, pigeon and humans. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe our channel